Hey guys, it's Mrs. Taylor. I just wanted to walk you through what you're going to be doing today. You'll be working on a Hyperdoc, which is a collection of resources and assessments that you're going to be doing to show your understanding of Reconstruction. A lot of what is in this Hyperdoc is review for you guys. So in Google Classroom, you'll see this post. This is saved, it's not active yet, but you'll see a post that says Reconstruction on it. And when you go into it, you'll see there's a bunch of instructions here that I'm going to walk through with you, and a bunch of assessments here that you're going to be turning into me. Most of this, it looks like a lot, but most of this you should be able to turn in before the end of the block if you stay focused. The only thing that you might need to do at home this weekend is this last one, which is a raft. It's actually where you just assume the role of somebody during this time period, and you're writing either a letter or a diary entry, just kind of summing up your interpretation of Reconstruction and what that was like for you. Okay, so most of this you should be able to get done during class time. Okay, so I'm going to stress that. So if you work, okay, but you have to do that. You have to stay focused. Okay, so I've given you instructions here, okay, and it says to complete all phases of this Hyperdoc. And just to reiterate, most of this actually is review of material that we have covered in class. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, those black codes, the Reconstruction plans. So much of what you see in this Hyperdoc is going to be review. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you get into the Hyperdoc is make a copy of each worksheet that you need to turn into me. Okay, so you're making a copy of each of these things, okay, except for the self-checks. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do so that you can have a copy to turn into me. The next thing you want to do is choose the resources you wish to look at. So it's up to you which ones you look at. You'll also need your earbuds for videos, which I mentioned to you. Some of the articles are through Newsella, which is a place where you'll need to log in to create a link to my account, and that's super easy. The next thing you'll be doing are self-checks. These are like little mini quizzes of each section, and you'll need to score 100% to go to the next phase. And then finally is that final diary entry or letter that I mentioned to you, okay? And here you'll find in your instructions is a summary of all the things that you need to turn in or submit and share with me, okay? So that's that. So let's go into the actual Hyperdoc so you can see it. Here's what you should see. You'll see here there's Phase 1, Civil War Revisited, Phase 2, Planning Reconstruction, Phase 3, the Civil War Amendments. You should be familiar with those. Life in the South, so kind of painting a picture of what life was like during Reconstruction. And then the end. And then your final one is your final assessment. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so here's what you're going to end up finding here. In some of these phases, you'll end up clicking here, and you're going to link to some pictures, for example, of the Civil War, which you'll need to analyze. So to look at these pictures and then go to this worksheet to analyze each of those pictures. Okay, but the first thing you'll want to do when you open this is go to File, Make a Copy. Okay, going to Phase 2. Again, there's two documents here that you're going to have to open, File, Make a Copy. Chart here, open it up, File, Make a Copy. Okay, that's the first thing you're going to need to do for all of these. So some of these are linking to the textbook. If you are already logged into your textbook, which I would recommend you do, you click on this link and it'll take you right to the section that you need to look at for your textbook. If you go to one of these other sites here, here's the Newsella, there's History Channel. This is a video that you'll want to watch. If you go to this one here, this is through Newsella. And you'll notice it has the article, but then it stops you. It says you want to read the full article. So it says here to join. You'll want to join. And you'll click on I'm a learner. Are you joining a teacher's class? And you say yes. And this is where you enter the class code, which I have put right here. Okay? You'll notice on some of the sections there is a self-check. This is the thing you need to score 100% on in order to move on. You have to select your class period, put your name, first and last name, not just your first, but last, comma, first. Answer the questions, and then submit. If you don't score 100%, you go back in, look at the resources again, and then try again. And then you scroll to the next. You'll see here's a chart. Oh, sorry, I'm unable to get in, but you should be able to get in, okay? You make a copy of that, and then you go to the resources and then do phase 3 self-check, okay? And you go through each one like this. Phase 4 looks pretty daunting. You're going to go, oh my gosh, look at all these resources that I have to look at. But I want you to pick at least 4. You may have to go back in and do some more research, but you need to pick at least 4, and you're completing this graphic organizer. Okay, again, make a copy for yourself. Okay, and then you'll do the self-check at the end. Okay. Again, first and last name, select your class period, answer the questions, and so forth. Okay. And then the end of Reconstruction, there's another organizer here. There's a textbook chapter. There's digital history article here for you to look at. Here's a video that you can look at as well. And then here's your final raft. You're choosing one of the following people. From their perspective, write a letter or diary entry about the end of Reconstruction and what it means for you. Be sure to discuss what life was like during this period and how you felt after that it was over. Use the terms listed in your entry. Now what I did was I gave you some roles. If you want to pick a different role, you're welcome to do that you can pick from. Your audience is a family member, a friend. Okay, pick one here. And your topic is the end of Reconstruction. I am not requiring you to use all of these terms in your letter, but I am requiring you to use at least 5 of these in your letter. Okay, and then that's it. So your job is to work your way through this Hyperdoc as best you can, but please follow the instructions. It looks like a lot, but you should be able to finish it before the class period is up. Okay, and whatever you don't finish, you need to finish as homework. And the reality is that you really should only have to work on this part as homework. Okay, good luck. Thank you.